So this topic is about differential calcination. So already we have seen the calcination, but what is this differential calcination? This differential calcination is very interesting actually, because if you remember in the first video we have seen different carbonate have different decomposition temperature, right? Like limestone is decomposing at 850, magnesium carbonate is decomposing at 470, iron carbonate is decomposing at 400 degrees centigrade, manganese carbonate is decomposing at 377 degrees centigrade. So different carbonates have different decomposition temperature or different calcination temperature. Above that temperature, they will decompose into oxides and volatile matters, carbon dioxide, right? But below that temperature, it will not happen, right? So differential calcination temperature is very useful when we are doing beneficiation of magnesium ore. Magnesium ore is what? Magnesium ore is very interesting. This is a combination of CaCO3 dot MgCO3. This is the ore of magnesium. So you can see in the ore of magnesium, calcium carbonate is also there and magnesium carbonate is not there. But this is the ore of magnesium, right? And these two are chemically bonded. So you understand, if they are chemically bonded, they cannot be easily removed. We cannot do beneficiation. Beneficiation means we want to remove this part, or we want to remove this part out of the ore, right? So how we can do that? So they have two steps. First step is the calcination, differential calcination. Differential calcination of this CaCO3 dot MgCO3. So what exactly it means? Differential calcination of CaCO3. Suppose let me write CaCO3 dot MgCO3. I will do complete calcination. Complete calcination means I am doing calcination at what? 850 degrees centigrade, right? But you remember the calcium carbonate will decompose at 850, but magnesium carbonate will decompose at very low temperature, only 470. Now temperature is very high. What will happen? This will decompose, this will decompose. Because calcination of CaCO3 is 850, that is fine. But decomposition of magnesium carbonate is very low, 470. So 470, this is 850. That means this is a very high temperature. So this will decompose, this will decompose. It will give rise to what? CaO dot MgO plus CO2. You understand my point now? This is solid, this is gas, this is solid. Is okay? So that means both will decompose. And if both will decompose, you cannot separate them. Because our point is to separate calcium carbonate from magnesium carbonate, right? So what we need to do? We do. So that means we are not actually doing this one. We are doing what? We are doing differential calcination. CaCO3 CaCO3 dot MgCO3 solid will undergo differential calcination. So at what temperature we need to do differential calcination? The temperature below 850. Suppose I am choosing a temperature of 500 degrees centigrade. So this 500 degrees centigrade is the temperature above the decomposition temperature of magnesium carbonate. But this is a temperature below the decomposition temperature of calcium carbonate. So that means this will undergo decomposition, but this will not undergo decomposition. You understand the situation? So what will happen? You will left with CaCO3, obviously, because the 500 degrees centigrade is below 850. So this will not undergo decomposition. But this temperature is above the decomposition temperature of MgCO3. So this will undergo decomposition. It will give rise to MgO, fine, plus CO2. It is okay. Now it is okay. Now you can see in the product side we have carbonate and we have oxide, and CO2 will get removed. The next step will be what? So this is step 1. So second step will be hydrometallurgy. Hydrometallurgy means here we are doing leaching. Leaching of product using water only. Water will be used for leaching. So what will happen? You understand? So leaching is a process. If you remember, leaching means it is a dissolution process. Something will get dissolved into the liquid medium, aqueous medium, and something will left. Something will left is basically gang will left, right? The variable metallic value will get soluble into the aqueous solution, right? So if you take CaCO3 plus MgCO3, CaCO3 dot MgO, this product, and you will put it into water. So water is here. What will happen? Since this is an oxide, oxide will be easily soluble in the water. So this part will get soluble, and this will remain as solid residue. It is okay. So you can easily separate them, because now magnesium part has become soluble, but calcium carbonate is a carbonate. Carbonate is insoluble. Oxide is soluble. So oxide becomes soluble, carbonate becomes insoluble. You can do what? After this, you can pass through a filter paper. Just pass through a filter paper. What will happen? On the filter paper, the calcium carbonate residue will left, but the solution will pass away that contain magnesium oxides. Suppose your question is, but sir, we want magnesium carbonate, but in our solution we have magnesium oxide, right? Magnesium oxide will become soluble in water to become what? Magnesium hydroxide. It will become magnesium hydroxide. So we have a liquid solution containing magnesium hydroxide, but we want magnesium carbonate, individual magnesium carbonate. So simply pass CO to gas. So magnesium hydroxide will react with carbon dioxide to give you magnesium carbonate again. So again you will get a solid magnesium carbonate. So you can easily separate magnesium carbonate from calcium carbonate. So this is the process. The first step is differential calcination. So differential calcination temperature should be chosen very carefully, right? It should be below the calcination temperature or decomposition temperature of one of the carbonate. Higher carbonate basically, higher temperature carbonate, this one, right? Then next step will be hydrometallurgy. Just in hydrometallurgy you have to remember oxide part will be soluble, carbonate part will be insoluble. So you can separate them easily. You can stop.